afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I am Admiral P. Humalid, your student teacher for this afternoon. So before we proceed to our main discussion, may I request someone to sum up our discussion earlier? So anyone from the class?
No.
Mr. Ed, I believe you have your idea about what we have discussed earlier.
So,
Sum up.
So, organic farming, advantages and disadvantages. Sunod,
Okay, thank you. So, since we already discussed about the organic farming system, so based on the picture, what comes into your mind about our topic for today? Anyone?
Management.
Yes, Mr.
I think based on the picture you've shown on the screen, I think it is a farm management which is down na belong and livestock crop, and also the materials or the tractors na needed when it comes into farming.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Franklin. So before we proceed to our main discussion, I will group you into 4 groups, and then you will answer this picture provided in the screen, and then you will answer if it is sustainable or not. So can you guys count? 3, 4, 4. Led by
Sustainable management.
Mr. Reese. 1, 2, 3, 4. So diri ang group 1, group 2, 3, and 4. So you will proceed to your group 1, group 2, and after mag-answer yun, please choose one representative in your group to discuss kung sustainable or not. I will give you 2 minutes to answer.
Ako ay mag-discuss sa group 4 ako. Ice cream.
Alright, time is up. So let us proceed to start group 4.
Okay, nag-start na pag-explain din eh.
Ang number 1 is sustainable. Siyempre kay crop rotation, magkabalong lang sa crop rotation. Then number 2,
Organic manure.
sustainable siya kay manure man siya. Ang number 3, sustainable kay, siyempre, pag malibang ang ang number 4 kay dilig.
Na what if water na dyan?
Uy, ayaw pag-buti pa sila. Synthetic na siya. Like water lang, hindi na siya magamit o dinaanan. Hindi kay para na siya. Then, ang number 5, sustainable. Dili kayo sa dito. Number 6, kay dili food, kay makadaw siya sa environment.
No. Rich in butas, di ba?
Ano ba ng slash born?
Okay,
Ang report mo
group
po.
1.
Siya.
So, for us, it's sustainable. Then, for number 2 is manure man si Jam. Pwede na si Jam mahorot, pwede po siya madugangan. So, sustainable si Jam. Then,
Okay, group 2.
Mali ba dyan ako pin? Otro ko pa.
Okay, number 1, sustainable. Number 2, sustainable. Number 3, sustainable. Number 4, number 5, sustainable. Number 6, sustainable.
Okay, last, group number 3. Number 1 is sustainable transportation one. So number 2 is number 1 yours or something that almost on yours. So sustainable. Number 3 is sustainable. Number 4 is non. And number 5 is sustainable effects. Nag-release mo ng waste, no? So ang waste is allowing us to recycling. And number 6 is dust. Okay, so let us see if the answer is correct. Most group not share their idea, so I guess they all have an idea about our discussion.
Sustainable management and sustainable farming management.
Okay, so here's our learning objective. At the end of the lesson, the learners will be able to please all read first.
Plain
Please
reading.
communicate principles and importance of sustainable farming system in relation of both crop production and animal raising. Identify sustainable farming practices that promote environmental protection, food security, and animal welfare. Create a simple diagram illustrating sustainable farming practices involving crops and animals, such as integrated crop livestock farming, composting using animal manure, or proper resource use in farming.
So our discussion for today's afternoon is sustainable farming system, principles, and concepts of sustainable farming. So, based on picture gain, I have a question to buy here. So, how do sustainable crop and animal farming practices help protect the environment? Yes, Mr. Digos, I know you have an idea.
Right. How the sustainable crop and animal farming practices protect the environment. So, crop and animal farming practices is sustainable kaya siya kay waste sa animal is pwede niyo magamit for composting or manure sa patambok sa yuta tapos pagkatag ng rin sa crop. Then ang crop is pwede po niyo magamit pang pahok sa animal. Then mga practices mo para kanang win-to-win situation ang gagawin natin.
Yes, sakto si Mr. Digos, no? And let's give him a Mommy Denisha clap. Do you know what is Mommy Denisha clap?
No, ma'am.
So I will teach you how to do the Mommy Denisha clap. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. 14 to go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, thank you, Mr. Digos, for your brilliant idea. So let's proceed to what might happen to crops, animals, and the environment if farmers continue using not sustainable practices. Yes, Miss Cherise Maningo.
How do sustainable crop and animal farming practices?
No, ma'am, the second question is.
What might happen to crops, animals, and the environment if farmers continue using not sustainable practices? Of course, makadaot siya, especially kung siyempre, hindi man siya sustainable, so wala nag-use of mga organic or natural. Hindi siya sustainable, so makadaot siya. So madaot ang crops, madaot ang animals, it's because wala siya, hindi siya long-term, wala long-term na kapasidad na kiyahang low kay hindi man siya sustainable.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Cherise. So, what is sustainable farming system? What comes into your mind? Yes, I believe Miss Montaner has an idea. What is sustainable farming system for your mind? I believe you have an idea.
For me, sustainable farming system is to sustain farmer.
Okay, another idea, Mr. Franklin.
For me, ang sustainable farming system is how you can utilize the materials and also the materials and yeah, unsa niyo pag-utilize para dili ganilaw na makhas mo paggamit ng mga resources on sa galing for example, when it comes to livestock farming and crop system farming no, dira ma-utilize nimo to make it sustainable and gikan sa crop na mga residuals niya, so pwede ito nimo siya i-transform into a fertilizer for us na mabalik ra gihapon ang nutrients ito, so as well as sa livestock. Pwede sa diman mga manure para ma-sustainable siya, dili siya ma-waste gani, dili siya masayang. And manure niya pwede nimo siya into a fertilizer also sa crop.
Okay, exactly, Mr. Beato. Let's give him a Mommy Denisha clap. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so sustainable farming system, or for crops and animals, it is a integrated farming production practices in which may specific goals or such as food security or environmental stewardship and also the economic viability. So, why do you think sustainability is becoming a major concern in modern agriculture? Yes, Mr. Padora?
Why do you think sustainability is becoming a major concern in modern agriculture? Oh, kaya uban ang good guys. Kanang kuan mo. Kasi magamit ako ng synthetic fertilizer. Kaya uban siya magamit na siya ng organic fertilizer. So, katong nagbaligya og kuan, synthetic fertilizer, may rare na mabalik kami.
Okay, so it is really important sa agriculture ang sustainability in order to para ma-maintain ang usapan. Yes, Mr. Ed, para ma-maintain ang
Environment.
okay. Para ma-maintain ang production and then dili madaot ang environment. And also manom ang soil and okay, so let us proceed to the principle of sustainable farming system. So there are 4 principles sa sustainable farming system. Can you please all read in chorus?
Soil conservation, crop diversity and integrated farming, proper use of resources, environmental protection and animal welfare.
So first is the principle 1, which is the soil conservation. So soil conservation is a fertile and in place instead of being washed or blown away or worn out by use. So why is soil considered as a foundation of of agriculture? Yes, Mr. Lambon? I know you have an idea. Yes, Ms. Iligan. Why is soil considered as the foundation of agriculture?
Source, nilig ka makatanong ko po yung source.
Yes, exactly. Sakto si Ms. Iligan. And then, how do animals contribute to soil conservation and sustainable farming and why? Mr. Ed?
So, how do animals contribute to soil conservation in sustainable farming? So, ang animals yun ang sugod sa nag-give sa nutrients sa itong soil. Sila ang produce sa mga kain yun, provide ng nutrients, ang mga sunod na sa
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ano. So, the contribution of the animal waste is paggamit nato siya para mahimo fertilizer in order to preserve or ma-sustain ang nutrients sa ato soil. So, next is the principle 2, which is the crop diversity and integrated farming. So, what is crop diversity? Miss Aton? For you, ma'am, what is crop diversity?
Crop diversity.
lain-lain lang crop. Yes. Okay, so one of the example of crop diversity is crop protection. So di lang ka mag-focus o isa ka tanong, but yes, and we need to be knowledgeable enough na unsay mga practices or dapat, yes, unsay dapat kaan bitaw pa lang effective na kuan dapat una, di ba, ang ni Miss Maningo earlier na una, kuan, corn. And then, di ba ang corn kay kuan siya more ang kuan ang iyang kuan na nitrogen or sa nutrients sa soil. And then, ang next ni mo itanong is legumes ng plants kay makakuan na siya o nitrogen fixation. So, crop diversity means planting different kinds of crops instead of only crops. Sakto si Miss Aton. And then, why is it important not to, why is it important? Why is it important to integrate, sorry, why is it important to integrate crops? Because animals provide manure while crops provide feed. So, what yun ni Mr. Higos no win-to-win good si Jack. Kaya nga naman, pag nagtanong ta, we need to integrate na ay mga livestock and then the crops within that area, and then ang way sa anak ng mga livestock ni or animals, magamit din mo siya into manure and then compost, magamit natin siya sa soil. And then ang pag mag-put sa crops, in order ka mag-harvest, mangganit ta, pwede natin siya mahimo og food sa mga livestock na atong So next is the principle 3, which is the proper use of resources. So can you please read it for us?
Environmental protection and animal welfare means farming in a way that protects natural resources while ensuring animals are treated humanely. Sustainable farming reduces pollution, prevents soil erosion, and protects water sources by minimizing the use of harmful chemicals and managing farm waste properly.
Okay, thank you. So how can farmers use resources efficiently in crop and animal farming? Yes, Ms. Sherto. How can farmers use resources efficiently in crop and animal farming? Farmers use resources efficiently in crop and animal farming.
So for me, ma'am, no. So ang mga how can farmers use resources efficiently in crop and animal farming? So based sa imong principle number 3,
Yes.
so imong pagka is so in a way that protects natural resources while ensuring animals are treated humanly. So sa paggamit ng resources through sustainable farming system, so nakatabang siya not only by the farmers but also sa mga
Okay,
This
thank
one.
you. No? So, when we say sa proper use of resources, so naabot yung mga proper na paggamit in order na mag-prevent or ma-sustain na to especially water, soil. So, na mga practices na dapat nato sundot in order sa, especially pag magbuhi tao animals, so dapat lagay proper housing sa atong mga animals, atong livestock, and also sa atong crop na atong gitanong. So dapat namin tayo knowledge to, di lang ka magpataka-taka o buhi. Kay, para naman muna sa atong food security and sustainability. So, next, why is it efficient resource use? Why is efficient resource use? Na naman magamit si Mystic Storm. Why is efficient resource to protect the animals' welfare. Yes, thank you, no? So
So, para efficient use of resources prevents waste and protects the environment. And it also helps from remain productive. So, in order nga kanang ikaw for long time na jud siya. And then, next is the fourth principle, which is the environmental protection and animal welfare. So, the proper use of resources in sustainable farming means using land, water, seeds, or fertilizer, which is the organic fertilizer, and energy carefully so they are not wasted or damaged. So, in order na masustain ka jud nato ang kuan nutrients sa soil, so di jud ka. So, dili nagkuan sila nga dili jud magamit og mga synthetic fertilizers, so connected na sila sa organic farming system. And then, how does sustainable farming protect the environment? So, unsa man, Ms. Bernaldez, how does sustainable farming protect the environment?
Through sustainable farming, it actually protects the environment by employing the green manuring, composting, and such to avoid the nutrient depletion of the soil and the surroundings.
Yes, exactly. No, thank you for that, Ms. Bernaldez. And why is it animal welfare important in sustainable farming? Ms. Liagas.
Animal welfare is important in sustainable farming because these animals will have great impacts or contributions when it comes to sustainable farming. For instance, their feces or their manures will become or will be transformed into fertilizer. So it will be more sustainable because when we say sustainable method, it means working on molecules without depleting resources. Animal welfare is important because kung wala siya, there will be no equal balance in our diversity.
Okay, thank you.
Biodiversity.
Let's give her a Mommy Denisha clap. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. So, let us proceed to the importance of sustainable farming system. Can you please read in chorus?
Ensures long-term food security by protects soil, water, and natural resources from degradation and pollution. Promotes animal health and welfare through proper care and humane practices. Reduces environmental impact by minimizing waste and chemical use. Supports future generations by maintaining productive and resilient farming systems.
So, we say that ensure long-term food security by producing crops and animal products sustainability. So, as we observe sa una na generation, mga jud sila nagamit og mga chemical na chemical pesticides and also the synthetic fertilizers. So, ang lifespan jud sa mga tao before is mabot jud og 100. So, how come karon because of the use or kaning modern na ta, so nagkagamay ka jud, so bata pa na ano na sila kana undergo na nahambong na sila sa yes, nanay mga sakit because of this chemical. And then sa protect soil, water, and natural resources from depletion and pollution, I mean, because wala pa siya nagamit o mga synthetic fertilizer. So, gigamit nila ang kanaang sa, for example, mga itong ginom nila no, sa pagbuhi na sa mga livestock. So, dili lang masayang ang waste sa ato mga gipambuhi kay magamit man sila nato in, for example, paghimo o pagbuhat o kanaang the fertilizer, no, or ang waste nila magamit nato sa jato kaan pagtanom sa crops. And then so promotes animal health and welfare through proper care and human practices. So magbuhi sa mga dapat na agad may proper ventilation and then practices na atong sundon kay di lamang dapat mandilisod nato ikuan bitaw ang mga kanaang ang atong mga gipambuhi nga animals, and then reduces environmental impact by minimizing waste and chemical use. Okay, ganyan ni Ms. Rona Gaina, no, na makatabang jud si Jack kay wala man ka nagamit og mga chemical
Fertilizer.
and then support future generation by maintaining production and excellent
siya, unsa may mahitabo. So wala na atong matamnan, so dili na healthy ang soil. So unsa man pag-produce or pagkuan nato og kuan kung dili na sustainable ang atong farming system. So unsa gani tong 4 principles sa kuan sustainable farming system? First is soil conservation. Number 2 is crop diversity. Number 3 is animal welfare. No. Number 3. Muna number 3. Proper use of resources. And number 4. Environmental protection and animal welfare. Again, what's our principle 1? Soil conservation. Number 2.
Crops diversity.
Number 3.
Proper use of resources. Environmental
Okay, so importance of sustainable farming system. So why should we support sustainable farming as students and future professionals? Mr. Yato.
Why should we support sustainable farming as a student and a future professional? In the field of agriculture, we all know that this generation is much more exposed in terms of agricultural production into a magamit yung mga chemicals, synthetic na mga so kita as a future educator, no, we need to indulge to our students that dili lamang pod ang to make it sustainable, dili ra kay synthetic fertilizer ang angay nato ihatag sa kanon. Kundi we have a alternative which is the organic farming, and also it also contributes to a sustainable environment.
Okay, thank you. No? Then, how does sustainable farming help ensure food security? Ms. Elisana.
How does sustainable farming help ensure food security? So, it helps because when we say sustainable, di ba mo long lasting siya. So, if naatay sustainable farming, daghan tayo makuha ng mga products para ma-consume sa consumers.
Okay, thank you. No? So, since we already discussed everything, no, then let's proceed to our assessment. So, direction, can you please read in chorus?
Each group will design a simple diagram showing a sustainable farming system that integrates crop farming and or animal farming. Your diagram must show the farming practice, how it protects the environment, how it supports crops and or animals. You will choose from the following: integrated crop livestock farming, composting using animal manure, crop rotation and animal feeding, proper resources from animal farming.
So, nakuha provided So let's start with the group 4.
Group 4.
Ang is proper resource use and crop and animals farming for number 1 is automated integrated crop livestock farming. Livestock farming and how it protects the environment. So by the use of those organic environment siya, so it protects the soil fertility or health, and then it also and then how it supports crop and animals. So ang diagram sa ilang ani. So first ang animals. So ang animals is manure. Then ang manure is ang man siyang ibutang sa crops or organic fertilizer. Then ang crops pwede siyang mag-produce sa animals.
Okay, thank you, group 4. Let's give her a applause. So, next is group 1.
How it support crops and or animals. So yung diagram. So first is you need to include yung land and water. And then ikulig na yung si Jasa budget. Of course, hindi ka mag-create na hindi kung wala kay budget. And then, of course, first is budget ka dapat human skills or knowledge about ani. After that is next opposed to crop farming. When it comes to crops is next for fertilizer, and then for animal farming food is proper feeding. Then sa pinakalas na is sustainable farm, which is health crops and animals. So that's all for now.
Thank you. Next is group 2.
So, ang ako ma'am kay, first, ang waste ng chicken, goat, sa awang animals. So, mga yung animal. Then, i-manure na mo. Tapos, mag-compose na to. Then, sa compose mo, after ni mo mag-compose, gamitan niyo mo siya sa mga crop. Then, ang decision sa crop, magamit siya sa mga animals.
Okay, thank you, no? Okay, grabe ka mga artistic ang group 2 kaya nag-drawing dyan sila mga animals nila. And then, last is the group 3. Sa mga diri ang pinaka-baseline bali is kaning animals. So, animals, magulos siya, di ba, kung mga manure, lagi manure, ang waste niya, may kuan, mabuta mo siya, mabuta sa compost nga, kuan, may mo, fertilizer. And at the same time, kaning kung, for example, ang animals kamong yun ako na dire is kanang poultry, lagi yun ang chicken, so kaning ang chickens, ang chickens, pwede po mabahogan ang chicken sa warehouse. So, parang, pinagin ng pork man di ba dito? So, pwede makatawag ang among animals sa chicken o crops na kadto ang corn. So, farmer pa rin sustainable, mag-cycle, gihapon siya. And at the same time, ibutangan niya kung nabong araw nila kaya crops, pwede po siya malimong green manure, mamatay, okay, thank you, no? Let's give yourself a round, guys. Natapos na din natin, no, ang sustainable farming system. So, before that, let us proceed to the summative assessment. Go on, one fourth sheet of paper.
Mana?
Wait, from
Oy, pass your paper, class. Putang ina lagi. Putang ina lagi na. Uy, pagdali na. Ayun mo ba?
Perfect.
So before we end our discussion now, what did you learn about the sustainable farming system for our generalization? Yes? Mr. Pagaura?
So it's all about sustainable farming. So there is different there are a lot of principles about sustainable farming. In order sustainable yung farm, always consider there will always be two types of sa mga waste, whether you use organic or synthetic. So, depende na sa inyo, both are beneficial, pero natin challenges, different challenges as a farmer, or para sa farmer, or from sa ato for students, wala ito na i-consider para maka-decide na ba kung sa mas maayos sa ato ang farm.
Okay, thank you. So, sustainable farming is a way of producing crops and raising animals while protecting the environment. It follows principles such as soil conservation, crop diversity, proper use of resources, and animal welfare to ensure food security for future generations. So, let us proceed sa atong assignment. Can you please panila picture? Acquiring sense and music, as well as the criteria. Well, that's concluded my topic.